The snow fell in heavy, blinding sheets the night her life finally broke apart. Elena sat shivering on the metal bench at the bus stop, her thin dress clinging to her trembling body, the cold biting straight into her bones. She didn't even realize she was crying until the tears froze on her cheeks. Moments earlier, she had been standing inside a warm house she once called home, staring at the suitcases her husband had tossed at her feet. "You can't give me a family," he had said with a voice so calm it was terrifying. "So you're of no use to me." Then the door slammed, locking her out of a life she had spent years trying to build. Now, with nothing but a worn bag beside her and a heart shattered beyond recognition, she felt the world shrinking, pressing in on her, leaving her breathless and alone in the bitter winter night. If you believe in kindness, compassion, and the power of second chances, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps stories like this reach more hearts. For a long moment, Elena thought the darkness might swallow her whole. The streetlights flickered through the swirling snow, and distant car engines hummed like a fading heartbeat. She tried rubbing her arms, trying to bring warmth back into her body, but despair had turned cold into something deeper, something that seeped into her spirit. The world around her was blurred, and the noise of the city seemed miles away. All she could think was that she had failed, that her worth had been tied entirely to something she could not control. She had wanted to be a mother more than anything, but the diagnosis had come like a quiet death sentence. She had expected sadness from her husband, maybe grief, maybe comfort. Instead, he had looked at her with eyes full of contempt, as though she had betrayed him by simply existing without the ability to bear children. She didn't hear the footsteps approaching until they stopped in front of her. Through her blurred vision, she made out a tall figure, his breath visible in the cold air. Behind him stood 3 small children bundled in bright winter coats, their innocent eyes wide as they took in the sight of the trembling woman on the bench. The man, broad-shouldered, sharply dressed, yet softened by a warmth in his expression, looked at her with concern etched across his face. Elena blinked, unsure whether she was imagining the scene. People rarely stopped for those who were broken. People rarely saw you when you were invisible. But he saw her. He took in the thin dress, the frost clinging to her hair, the defeated slump of her shoulders. The children, 2 toddlers and an older boy, huddled close to him, their small breathy puffs rising like tiny clouds. Elena lowered her gaze, ashamed, expecting him to move on without a word, like everyone else tonight. But instead, he seemed frozen in place, as if battling an unspoken ache of his own. His eyes softened even further, and she sensed a story behind his silence, a story of wounds he had learned to carry. Elena had no idea who he was. She didn't know that the man standing before her was a young CEO known across the city for building a business empire from nothing. She didn't know he had lost his wife 3 years earlier, leaving him to raise their 3 children alone. She didn't know that behind his polished exterior lived a heart that had once been shattered much like hers. All she knew was that when their eyes met, something shifted, something subtle yet powerful, like a small crack in a long frozen river. He extended a hand, not offering pity but something gentler, something real. His voice didn't echo with judgment, only quiet resolve. He told her she didn't have to stay there, in the cold, alone. The 3 children peered at her with worry, their tiny brows furrowed, and Elena felt her chest tighten. She had always believed children could see truth in people, and in that moment, she understood that they didn't see a broken woman, they simply saw someone who needed warmth. Without quite knowing why, she allowed herself to take his hand. The warmth of his palm spread through her like a flicker of life returning. He led her carefully toward his car, shielding her from the wind with his coat as the children toddled behind them. Elena expected the warmth of the car to make her sob again, but instead it felt like she was inhaling air for the first time. On the drive, she remained silent, staring out the window as city lights streaked past like falling stars. The man, whose name she learned was Adrian, didn't ask her for explanations or details. He simply drove, as though he understood that asking might make everything collapse. His children dozed in their seats, their heads bobbing softly with each turn of the road. He took her to his home, a place filled with soft lighting and the comforting scent of cinnamon. It wasn't the lavish mansion she expected a CEO to have, it was warm, lived in, with toys scattered around the living room, children's drawings pinned to the fridge, and a coziness that made her chest ache with longing. He handed her a blanket and warm clothes, telling her she was safe for the night. Elena tried to speak, to explain herself, to offer thanks that felt too small to express what she felt, but her voice cracked before the words could form. Instead, he simply nodded, as if he already understood. Over the next few days, Elena found herself slowly stitching back pieces of her identity she thought she had lost forever. Adrian offered her a guest room until she could find her footing, making it clear she didn't owe him anything. He said it in a way that made her believe him. She helped in small ways, cooking meals, tying shoelaces, finding unmatched socks for the children who seemed to constantly misplace them. She discovered the little girl loved pink hair clips, the boy in the green jacket collected rocks, and the toddler in the yellow coat adored making towers out of cereal boxes. Each day, she felt something inside her soften. She hadn't known a home could have laughter ringing through the halls without bitterness hiding behind it. She hadn't known she could feel useful again without being needed for her ability to bear children. The children, with their unfiltered curiosity and affection, began to cling to her, seeing her as a gentle constant in their world. Adrian noticed it too, though he never said a word about it. He simply watched, quietly, almost protectively, as she helped shape little moments of joy in their home. Adrian himself was unlike anyone she had ever known, strong but gentle, successful but humble, carrying his grief in silent ways but still choosing kindness every day. Elena could see the exhaustion he tried to hide, the weight of balancing fatherhood and leadership. She could see the tenderness in the way he knelt to tie his child's shoe or draped a blanket over them when they fell asleep on the couch. He wasn't perfect, but he loved fiercely, and that alone made him extraordinary. Weeks passed, and Elena found herself laughing again, real, genuine laughter that came from the soul. She began helping Adrian with administrative tasks for his company from home, using skills she had nearly forgotten she possessed. He praised her work, telling her she was talented, capable, invaluable. Words she hadn't heard in a long time. Slowly, she realized it wasn't just his kindness that affected her, but the way he looked at life, the way he looked at her. Not as someone broken, but as someone rising. But healing never came without shadows. One afternoon, Elena ran into her ex-husband at a grocery store. He looked startled, as though he had seen a ghost. For a moment, she felt small again, the memories of rejection tightening around her like chains. He tried to speak, perhaps to justify his actions, perhaps even to take credit for the woman she was becoming. But this time, Elena looked him squarely in the eye, and she felt nothing, not anger, not sadness, just a quiet understanding that his chapter in her life was over. She walked away without a word, feeling freer than she ever had before. That evening, Adrian noticed she was quiet. She didn't tell him what had happened, but somehow he seemed to sense it. Instead of pushing her to explain, he brought her a cup of warm tea and sat beside her on the couch. The children climbed onto their laps, snuggling in close, and suddenly Elena felt tears slip down her cheeks. But these weren't tears of pain, they were tears of release. Adrian placed a hand gently over hers, and she felt steadied, grounded, seen. Days later, as snowfall danced softly outside the window, Adrian stood beside her as the children played at their feet. He looked at her with an expression that held both vulnerability and hope. He didn't need to say the words out loud, his eyes spoke enough. They spoke of gratitude, admiration, and something deeper, something that had been quietly growing between them since that first night in the cold. And slowly, gently, Elena felt her heart open to possibilities she once believed were lost forever. Life had not given her the family she once imagined. It had given her something better, a second chance at love, trust, and belonging. She realized she didn't need to be a mother by blood to be a mother in heart. She didn't need to be perfect to be worthy of love. She only needed to be herself, resilient, compassionate, and brave enough to embrace the warmth being offered to her. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement helps spread more inspiring stories.